I'm talking about how to create lasting editorial advantage, and I'm going to be talking about it in the way in which we create value around the structures and the delivery mechanisms we use for our journalism, specifically the thing we call the editorial franchise. Curious names doesn't mean that it's like a version of Starbucks that you have to sort of set up on the pages of your magazine, and it could be called anything. Some people call it a regular. Doesn't really matter, but when we get through this, I think you'll get an idea of what I'm talking about. By an editorial franchise, I mean a regular feature inside your brand or your website that represents a strand of brand DNA. Ideally, it should be original, it should be hard to copy, and if it's a really good one, it will be able to exist off the page. As an illustration, the Sun newspaper, a fine newspaper, what's the best franchise in the Sun? What's the #1 franchise? It distinguishes it against its competition. Very good. The Mirror does not have page 3. It has news. What, though, might be one of the hidden hooks within the pages of the Sun?
Page 3.
No. Yes and no. What other franchises do they have?
Dear Deirdre.
Thank you very much. From the back. Yeah, Dear Deirdre. Yeah, this is a brilliant franchise. I hate balding boss but can't resist bedding him, it says, apparently. Possibly the most heavily franchised magazine in the UK is Private Eye. Great Balls of Today, Sude's Corner, EJ Thrift, the Colour section, Celeb. What they allow the reader to do is to get to know a brand in a way which is consistent and regular. And it can allow a brand to own otherwise generic content. It can allow a brand to demonstrate its point of view and its tone of voice. It can make the brand memorable and unique. There is a caveat, of course, because you now live in a digital world. Digital franchise may be very easy to copy. You may want them to be easy to copy. Digital franchises may take on a life of their own, to such a point they may become the entire brand proposition, because when you're developing a digital product, you're following numbers, you're following traffic, you see what happens. Now, and this is obviously greater than 45 minutes, they may be function and not content. And clearly that requires lots of money, lots of time, lots of effort, lots of resource. There is a lot of debate what makes a franchise, and a lot of things which I consider to be mere treatments. Editors would desperately claim that they are true franchises in their markets. Often people do not understand quite what they already own, the things that readers truly value and that are there every week. They don't understand what they have that is truly a franchise, and if they do, they then get bored of it and toss it out. Readers don't get bored of it. Back in the day, Just 17 magazine had a genius franchise called Spy, which is where they went off to the streets of Grantham and photographed 17-year-old girls and asked them where they got their sneakers. And after a couple of years of this, the staff got bored of it, so they dropped it. Whereas in actual fact, it was one of the most powerful and effective pieces of journalism they actually had in the magazine.